An icy wind blows over Holiak without traces of any dust. In the blink of an eye, she finds herself in the wilderness. A hallucination? Arts? What kind of Iridium arts is this? This is how the crazy god has given her his answer? Holiak looks around in all directions and does not find anything matching what she had in mind. He only sees a pair, father and daughter, playing by the water, and the girl sporting long and familiar locks of pale gold. A girl who looks a lot like Kristen. Holiak waits patiently. She expects this boring and realistic scene to change, but nothing happens. She is devoted enough, but nothing in front of her changes.
So, what does this actually all mean? Please don't waste my time.
There's no response. Holiak is starting to feel wary. She tries to get closer to the pair, but to no avail, failing to identify their faces. Until the father picks his daughter up, and they look towards the sky. Only now does Holiak discover in the view she had gotten too familiar with that there is something not even Kristen's wildest description had mentioned. She sees a gigantic, enormous moon for just a moment. The ground under her feet no longer feels real. The surroundings' temperature seems to rise. Holiak stares right at the instruments, and the fluid glimpse leaves her no room to think. But a preposterous thought appears in her mind.
Was that Tara? What was that just now? What did you do? Is it arts? No, it's Pheromont's power. Or witchcraft, like the Tin Mans?
Silence. Holiak is completely unaware that she is the only one who has left that beautiful dreamland.
If this is what Kristen saw, then what she said was completely right. Kristen, right. You really do invite jealousy. This is the enlightenment that your God has left me. How cruel of you all, denying me of my pursuits my entire life from my birth till now. And after denying everything, God has fallen silent. No, I don't approve. I won't allow it. You can't die just yet.
So, you failed to stop Kristen. I already know what happened up there.
Too many things happened. I had asserting a little.
I'm very sorry about that. I need to formally enter negotiation with the Melody Foundation. I'll explain later.
I'm also very curious to know what exactly has happened in Tri-Mounts. We're almost there. Remember, Dame Kelsit, the moment we arrive at the shaft, we are no longer simple collaborators. If you do not cooperate with us, I will have to resort to force.
As you wish.
What's with all the tension? If I kill this tin can again, I'll still learn a little something.
When did you? Shouldn't the other agents have caught you by now?
That's not important. But I think it's best for none of us to act rashly now. Don't mess this situation up.
What are you up to?
I'm real curious, Doctor. The lineage of the elders, the Ku Klux Klan's source of power. Are these things even considered secrets to you and Calcit?
No comment.
How cold. There is something I want to understand. The entire course of my quest has been invaluable, and yet after finding the answer, people only know to sing its praises. If after resolutely trampling on a dry and dull answer, if I wish to continue searching for the future, can I come find you people?
Figure out how to deal with your boss first.
Of course, I won't show up empty-handed. You won't be able to guess what I retrieved from hell.
You a staff?
What have you done? Your unusual arts can store memories. Could be that you...
Perhaps I rescued a god that almost succumbed to dementia, but in the end is not even considered a living being, and it's too difficult for me alone to help it recover. So perhaps you can help me, since you might not want these things to fall into the Colombians' hands.
Is it appropriate to say this is right in front of the Tin Man?
I've already brought it out into the open, and the Tin Man has seen it too. Do you even still have a choice to make? And no matter what you think of it, Dame Calcit's face already looks like she agrees.
Calcit?
My guess is you don't have the right to call the shots here, Tin Man.
Oh?
The reason why you haven't looked into the underground at all yet is because someone above you had already made the decision for you. But that person has enough foresight to guess everything that's happened here.
Even if the power to make decisions isn't with me right now, I still think Holhayak to retrieve his legacy is the more reasonable thing to do.
About that, your boss should also know just which party has the capabilities to restore him. Snatching Holayak Arts Unit will only add to the gigantic pile of the Melander's Historical Association's archaeological discoveries. That one will not allow Melander to act against Rhode Island. Your coercing efforts also fall flat, Holayak. You can only hand it over to me, or we'll hand you over to the Tin Man.
Such a horrid, oppressive feeling. So you've been keeping this strange thing by your side?
It's meaningless to fight here, so let's all return to Trimons first. After that, we can negotiate in the open.
It's right in front of us. We can go up from here. Sure is relieving to leave that place. Wait, that thing in the sky.
A clear view of the torn sky can be seen through the tunnel leading to the shaft.
Kristen?
Humanity will reach this step sooner or later. It's then, I hope you don't bring us disaster in Terra's name.
More or less. I see. Then... Your guess was right, madam. I will take my leave for the moment. I'll be outside waiting. Holhayak.
What? You're leaving already?
I didn't expect that bargaining chip in your hand, but this is also your final chance. Hand over the thing you got from below.
I'm so very sorry, Mr. Tin Can, but I've lost all interest in the Maylander Historical Association's history. Now then, Doctor.
An arts unit?
Remember the choice you've made. We're not on equal standing, madam, and openly honest negotiation may not be in the cards.
Why did the Tin Man leave early?
Contact response is a sap. We need to be wary of any other surprises. Holayak, I'm grateful for your choice, but I need you to try to find a different escape route from the direction the Tin Man left.
What? I'm not so sure I'll be able to defeat this black plaything of yours.
I'm not being wary of you, but rather, I want to make sure there's another way out.
Gosh, I didn't even sign an employment contract, but I have to start work already?
Rhode Island couldn't possibly leave you alone to your own devices the moment you handed over the data to us in front of the Tin Man, could we?
What's up ahead?
I'm sure you can guess.
I suppose I can. I'll find another way up. Do make sure that when we leave here, we're not greeted by an armored division.
It's quiet. In the aftermath of those unfathomable energy waves tearing through the skies, the facility that should be full of scientists, soldiers and workers is now completely empty. You and Cassil travel between the structures without exchanging a single word. There's so much information to go through, and so much history. Perhaps only after seeing the smiles of Ifrit and Rosmontes and hearing some firm words from Saria again will you only feel at ease. But a discomforting feeling lingers in your mind. Light flash across the edges of your peripheral vision. Wait, Cassette! What is this on the screens?
Nice to meet you two, Dr. of Rhodes Island, Dame Calcet. We have taken over this facility. Every screen and all surveillance equipment will expose your whereabouts. So please, do not attempt to escape. On the behalf of the Colombian government, I hope to hold an ad hoc private meeting with the both of you. This might have happened earlier than you expected, but I just want to get on with it. I won't wait any longer.
In the dimly lit building, the lights of a large screen flickers a few times, and then a familiar figure appears. The second in command of the fledgling country's leader is in no hurry to speak. He only faces you with that iconic smile of his. You start wondering, you feel some kind of pressure. Soon after, you cannot help yourself from turning your attention onto the head perched on his shoulder all along. When you sneak a glance at Cassette, there's an obvious, somewhat gloomy expression on her face.
Mr. President?
The Vice President does not react, but his pet just happened to begin talking.
Been a long time, Dame Calcet. How long has it been since we've had a conversation like this? After that little thing you and Maylander put together. I thought you would be staying in Colombia, then I blinked and you were in Sargon, and then who knows where else you went after that. It's a shame. If you worked together with Maylander Celine herself, you could have really done something for Colombia. And then maybe the people wouldn't have needed to wait for a vice president to be born.
You wouldn't have come here just to extend pleasantries, Mr. President.
Of course. This is a personal meeting. Where's my father?
Father?
You're holding onto his ashes. The remnants of his soul. Let me touch him. I never got to meet him, but he is the last thing in this world that has any relation to me. There's also PRTS. Your PRTS. We come from the same roots, but now we're drifting apart. I had some words for him.
He's gone. Trevor Friston is dead.
He's pinned his hopes onto this land. A world that has absolutely nothing to do with his lonely self.
Yes.
If that's his will, then you had better leave. I'll respect his feelings. You'll be able to fix his shattered self faster than the Maylander Historical Association can. But remember this. We will collate our wills. We will seize the truth of everything. Colombia will become the sword and shield of Terra, just as he wished. This is the best condolence that I, President of Colombia, Mark Max, can offer to a dying era.
Friston never wanted a tyrant, Max. Monster, destroy the cameras. Let's go.
Narcissa, look how glorious the sky is. My field of research was far from Kristen's, but I must admit this. She has achieved a groundbreaking feat that will instill a fascination in every scientist there is. The scientific blueprints I once described to you is now being displayed to every single person in all its glory. Even those who are ignorant can now bask in the light of science. How blessed they are to be born in this era.
Will there always be someone like you under every dream as big as this one?
What you should be asking is, why must there be people like me to push dreams this big into reality? This question shall haunt you forever.
I only know how to judge right from wrong, just like what I'm doing to you right now.
Thank you, Narcissa. All my ambitions, dreams, and failures are residing within you for you to make your judgment. So in the end, I will also give you a gift.
Rosmontes turns her head back. Sitting in his wheelchair, Logan has his eyes closed and suddenly passes away.
I'm beginning to understand what's going on. You did all these things just to see me, right? You just didn't want to die alone. You want to be remembered by me and live on within me. But no, I came here just to watch you die.
Rosmonte takes out her diary from her pocket and writes a line in it. The criminal Logan Williams received the trial he deserved. He stares at the line for a while before putting the diary away.
And now, I've forgotten you. I should go find a doctor and count it.
I should have bought some cigarettes earlier. I didn't expect you to be discarded so soon, Kukulkan.
Surely you know how likable I am. I'm serious. I was ready to fight a legion of power armors to death, and yet this place is so deserted? Even amusement parks on federal holidays have better security than this.
I'd like to know why myself. Perhaps Dame Calzet is skilled in the arts of persuasion.
So skilled, she managed to convince even the mighty president of the Columbia Union?
We're out. Are you alright, Doctor?
Just a little dizzy.
Deep breath. We spend too much time underground. Taking in too much information at once is indeed a burden on you. My apologies, Doctor. I wanted to wait a little longer until you were ready to face him, to respond to all the doubts and questions you have about yourself.
Wait till I recover my memories?
Dame Calzet and Doctor, you have managed to get a considerable time extension.
I'm serious about getting my work done, Doctor. Perhaps we should kill Mr. Tin Can here and now. Forget it. That's probably a meaningless act.
The President has resigned on the order, which honestly came as a surprise to me. Madam, fix whatever Holyak has handed over to you, even though I have no idea what it is or the scope of the damage. Mr. President has given you time, I don't know how long, but when your time is up, we'll definitely retrieve what was lost.
Is this a deal?
I suppose. After you have abided by our previous agreement, you have indeed helped us a lot the past few days. So in return, you can leave Trimount safely and return to your landship. As for the Doctor, you already spent 3 days with the Colombian Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Art Units, and Rhodinium, and I don't think Rhodes Island would want an updated criminal record. And as for Holyak, for the time being, I only ask this. Is she currently a collaborator of Rhodes Islands?
I guess.
Rhode Island will need her help. After all, she also made contact with the truth, so I can't just ignore her.
Thank you, Calcet, Dame Calcet, and the Doctor as well.
She's on your reputations now. Well done. Goodbye.
Alright, you two. We'll go meet Reinforcements and Ifrit, and then leave Triamons. Doctor, what are you looking at?
Bubbles. You suddenly notice that despite the considerable night breeze present, the mud in front of you holds a tiny pool of bubbles yet to evaporate. The sporadic bubbles meander forwards like a series of extremely light footsteps. Yes, bubbles. You look into the distance and discover that the skies of Triamount in the moment before dawn is full of fragile bubbles. That's it. I'm going to look for someone first. Ryan Lab Headquarters Building, Vivarium. You feel as if you just entered the bottom of a lake. There is no one. Only a dense light blue and the soft sound of water. A huge glass ring divides the entire space into two. Other than the narrow corridor on the outside, the rest of the vivarium has been entirely flooded, like a lake. All the land plants are swaying as if they belong in the water. You recall the vitality of your last visit here, but right now you can only hear their weak breathing. A bubble floats from the pale fur and is rocked by the current, looking as if it could pop any time and disappear without a trace. Muses? Did I wake you up, Muses?
Doctor, why have you come?
I'm not here to take you to task.
Sorry for betraying you, but right now, there's probably no point in apologizing. Arc 01, Galleria Stellaria, Kristen, everything has already come to an end. The skies of Trimounts have been torn apart. The government, the military, the Maylander Foundation, every party with power here will soon close in to settle things. So you guys should get out of Trimounts fast.
I already know what happened up there, so you don't have to say any more. You're weak, Muses.
I pumped out all the water from my body and expected myself to evaporate. But I only had a short and shallow sleep and didn't even get to finish my dream. I can't even kill myself. Before you came in, I think I was leaving the orphanage in Trenton with a kid version of myself. I think I saw a Muses crouching next to a pale fir tree, hiding up the graves of my parents and my kin that I've never met. I wanted to reach out and pat her on the shoulder. I think I met a Muses who had just left Sami. Her hair was wet from the morning mist, and she wasn't even holding her usual parasol, and it was so cold. Her neck was tucked in and her head drooping. I've never seen myself so dispirited.
Were you people living in the forest of Sami?
Yup. When Rhinelab began their scientific investigation section and started the Sami exploration project, their footprints made it all the way to the ice fields in the remote north. I made a private request to Maggie. When Maggie contacted me, this place had just been built. This tiny vivarium that shouldn't even exist on Terra is an elvish garden. I found them following the coordinates Maggie sent me, deep in the forest in the middle of Sami, remote and cold. That bed of soil was locked up by the marsh and ice fields, far from civilization, a place you could hardly consider a paradise for elves. I saw a tree towering over the woodland, no different from what the other people of Sami live in and revere. But after just a few steps forward, I saw the true home of nearly 100 elves. An endless hollow beneath the tree, its thick branches entangling with one another. An ecosphere woven into the roots as if it was encased in amber. To think there was such a settlement for elves on Terra.
Were they unwilling to leave their homes?
I don't know, Doctor. I couldn't even ask them a question like that. They were not hostile to me, but I had no way of integrating into their society. Not because of my metropolitan fit, but there was something natural separating us. We looked similar and faced the same struggle. We're clearly alike, and yet we're also complete strangers to one another. We had no way of understanding or communicating with each other, like two waves on completely different frequencies. Doctor, I walked so far, and finally found a tiny patch of forest in the endless ice fields of Sami. But I'm not a leaf from a tree. I'm just a drop of water.
The elf leans against the pale fir, her hair moving with the topmost branches of the tree to the current. You can't make out her expression, but you still wanted to move the vivarium into the Galleria Stellaria.
I needed to hold on to something. But Kristen abandoned me, abandoned everyone, and the so-called future that she left for us. Kristen abandoned the components control section, and Saria was thrown out of the Galleria into deep space and almost turned herself into dust. The possibility I was pursuing has also been proven impossible.
Dorothy got herself into trouble because of the stuff at Site 359. Ferdinand has thrown himself into the army. And Parvis, the little goat, seems to have died too. I can only reminisce about things that have already turned into bubbles. To me, they were once as precious as fresh air with hardly any originium dust. They kept me from being so lonely. Doctor, if I was destined to always be alone, and if discovering and resisting this thing called fate still only leaves me all alone, does that mean I'll never be able to rid myself of it?
You attempt to get closer to Muses, but through the glass and the dense lake, he still seems to be far away. I bid farewell to someone before coming here.
Who?
A friend.
So, besides Saria and the gang, you knew someone else in Trimonts. From the sound of it, you can't have seen them recently. But they left Trimont so soon, just after your reunion?
I should say that my timing was just right. He was my kin.
Kin. Then, did they leave Trimonts to go back to your homeland? You know, I was actually really curious about where you came from. I did some investigating, and the other time I snuck into Rhodes Island, I even tried looking for your files, but I found nothing. Is that because it's a secret, or have you also been trying to find the answer? Just like me.
Perhaps.
I want to know, when you met your kin, do you still remember what you were feeling then? Did you recognize each other easily? Could you understand each other? Could you provide comfort for each other's suffering?
I never thought he would exist. I was unprepared. I understood some of his answers, but my bewilderment only grew. In the end, I only had enough time to send him off.
No wonder you look exhausted, Doctor.
You stop moving. Muses looks into your eyes through the glass across the still water.
So you also get lonely, Doctor.
Frequently.
Then, have you ever wavered in your resolve? Will you doubt the significance of certain things because of it? Rhodes Island, the operators and friends by your side, that person who you fought but still have been searching for, and yourself? Doctor, this vivarium will shut down soon, so you should get out of here.
You finally find the switch and the glass layer opens in response. But the lake without its banks does not pour out. Every drop of water held still by an invisible force. Like a bubble about to pop, the elf is about to escape into the leaves of the pale fir tree. You step into it.
You'll drown. Don't worry about me. I just want to sleep a bit more. A bit longer.
Before I came here, I was asked a similar question. My answer was and is, just as I always have been. Being alone is a type of strength, Muses. Even a machine-like person can be submerged into such an emotion. You will be sad, you will be reminiscent, you will worry, and in the long term, it might not even improve. But it's indeed a kind of power. Every life experience that eventually fades away will still hold some meaning. I remember you said before that you don't like being peppered with questions. But I still will hold out my hand, Muses.